I'm Holly from Fitting Fitness In. I'm a personal trainer and nutrition specialist, and welcome to Get Healthy with Holly. Today I'm going to talk to you about NEAT. That is N-E-A-T. What is NEAT? Well, NEAT is the non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And that is basically the movement that you do throughout the day that is not your planned or scheduled workout. That is walking around. That is taking the stairs, walking the stairs. It's walking from the couch to the refrigerator to the laundry room, doing laundry. I always get a lot of steps and activity when I'm doing laundry because I have to go up and down the stairs. It's going from your car to the office or from the car to the grocery store. It's going on a dog walk or taking a walk with the kids or going to the playground with the kids. All of this activity is NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And we want to do as much of this as possible. And unfortunately, during the pandemic, many of us didn't get to do that. I was very fortunate. I moved my classes to Zoom right away, but I would also make sure I got out every day and did walks around my yard 3 to 4 times. I have a big yard and it's all hill. So at least half of those times I'm going uphill. And I got about 4,000 steps because I have a pedometer and I track everything. So that was really good. So that was above and beyond my exercise routine. But NEAT can really add up because the more movement you do, it helps reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, it helps reduce your risk of gaining weight, and it helps reduce any of the other negative health side effects or health outcomes. And so one of the things that you can do that's very simple is to stand up instead of sitting all the time. When you stand up, you burn 40 to 70 more calories per hour than sitting. Yes, 40 to 70 calories per hour than sitting. When should you do that? Well, wouldn't be bad to do an hour a day, starting out with an hour a day, maybe perhaps if you're on a Zoom call. I do most of my Zooms standing up. Another thing is if you did 1 hour a day of standing and you did that 5 days a week, you'd burn 200 to 350 extra calories during that week. If you did that for 45 weeks straight, you'd burn about between 9,000 and 15,750 calories. Wow, that's a loss of 3 to 5 pounds. Because you need to burn 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound. So if you stood up 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, for 45 weeks, you'd lose 3 to 5 pounds. Wow. So let's take it a step further. Well, pun intended, more steps. And let's say you went for a 30-minute walk every day. Maybe instead of sitting around at lunchtime or going for a 30-minute walk in the morning or in the evening after dinner, or even 2 15-minute walks, that would burn between 100 and 300 calories per day. If you add that up over the year, that's about 22,500 calories, somewhere between 22,500 and 67,500 calories. You would lose 7 to 20 pounds in that year. Yes, a 30-minute walk a day, you can lose 7 to 20 pounds in 1 year. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. These aren't big changes in your life, but if you're consistent with some of these changes, you're going to see a real difference in your body. And consistency is key. That's really the key thing that we want to work on. So let's talk about a few other things that you can do in your daily life to boost up your NEAT. N-E-A-T, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Drink more water. Yes, drink more water. What does that have to do with thermogenesis? Well, It means the more the water you drink, you're probably going to need to go to the bathroom a little more. And then when you walk to that bathroom, if you're at work, go to the other side of the building. Heck, even go down to a different floor. Make sure you take the stairs and walk to the other side of the building so you can get more activity as you do that. Also, water is really great for your body. Not only is it great for your skin to make you more youthful looking, but it's great for your brain because dehydration really makes you lightheaded and kind of gives you a brain fog, and so water is going to help with that. So there's one. Walk and talk. If you're going to be talking on the telephone, don't sit down. Stand up, walk around, maybe do a few things as you're talking. Keep that activity going while you're talking on the phone. Maybe at lunchtime you go outside. We're getting warmer weather now in New England. Take your lunch outside. Better yet, order it from the local deli and walk to the deli, pick it up and eat it outside. Or if you can't, try to go for a little bit of a walk before you're eating lunch inside. Get a standing desk if you're still working. I have a standing desk for when I'm teaching classes on Zoom. I put my laptop on there. But after I teach, I tend to stand there for another hour doing work on my computer. So standing desk can make a difference, but you do have to work your way into it. You don't want to do more than, say, 2 to 4 hours a day, and you have to work your way into it because you are going to get a little tired standing all the time. So start with about 15, 20 minutes, work your way up to an hour, maybe sit for a little bit, then stand for a little bit, so that you take it in gradually. The next thing I would recommend is do a walking meeting. I remember when I was in high tech and we would do these design meetings, which lasted all day. Lots of people around the table talking tech talk. And when we took a break, I would go for a walk, and maybe one of my associates would come with me, and we would talk about what the design is, maybe brainstorming, but we go outside and get a walk in. What that does is it gets the blood flowing through your body, which gives you more energy. It also gets it flowing up to your brain, which has proven in studies that you can be more creative. And your associate is probably happy to get a little stretch in their legs as well. After that, let's talk about in your desk. When you're at your desk, maybe stand up, clean up your desk a little bit. A little spring cleaning can't hurt. Then you're moving around, you may be bending down, go to the garbage can on the other side of the office when you're throwing things out. Maybe clean it, disinfect it a little bit, sanitize it. Nowadays we want to sanitize everything. But you can do that as well. Just little things. Every 15 minutes get up and do something. The other thing that I always do is I park far away from where I'm going, whether it's work, whether it's the grocery store, as far away as possible so that I get more steps in each direction. And we want to work out while we're watching TV. So I call that cardio commercial breaks. Every time there's a commercial, if you're watching regular TV, I mean, nowadays we're streaming everything and you just fast forward through commercials, but some commercials are worth watching. But I would get up and do cardio. Maybe you do marching in place or jog in place or jumping jacks, or get down to the floor and do some ab crunches. Something during those commercials that keep you active. If you're going to the drive-thru, skip the drive-thru and actually walk into the place and order and get your food. Sometimes that's faster. You know, usually you're at a fast food place if you're going through the drive-thru, so I'm hoping that you're ordering something healthy. That's up to you. Set a reminder to take breaks. I have a Fitbit, and my Fitbit tells me, I guess I have to get 250 steps per hour, I think. And so if I'm not active, it'll say you have 30 steps left that you need to get this hour. Maybe if you don't have a Fitbit or a Garmin or an Apple Watch, maybe set a little timer on your phone to get up and move around. Do you have a canine friend? Do you have a dog? If you have a dog, then you know you're pretty much forced to go outside for daily walks. It's not a surprise that dog owners live healthier lives and they have a much lower risk of cardiovascular disease and lower mortality rates. But also, they're happier. And there was a study published in the Scientific Reports in 2017 that states that there's so many health benefits to walking your dog. And it's good for the dog. If it's possible, maybe take your bike to work. Skip the elevator, always take the stairs. Okay, if you're on the 22nd floor, maybe take the elevator to the 20th and just do the last 2 flights in stairs. Maybe join a fitness class during lunch or before work, a boot camp kind of thing, or after work. Or do your own high-intensity interval training workout, maybe a 15-minute workout. Use your time wisely, especially time while you're waiting for something. So if you're in the kitchen and you're waiting for the microwave, and I've demonstrated this in previous shows, you could be doing calf raises, you could be doing push-ups against the counter, you could be doing leg raises, leg kicks. You could do a lot of different things. And even if you're at the printer at work, okay, you might not want to do those, but you could certainly do a stretch or two, while you're at the printer, while you're waiting for it to print. When you plan get-togethers with your friends, make them active get-togethers. Go for a hike. Go for a walk. Turn your household chores into a dance party. I know that I like to dance while I'm vacuuming. And when I had my studio, I had these big mirrors. Every time I was cleaning the mirrors, I would be doing squats. As I was coming up and then back down, I would add squats into it. So you can do that. You can add that stuff in there. Again, wear a fitness tracker, whether it's a Fitbit, an Apple Watch, or a Garmin. Those are going to help you. And what's nice about that is you have a daily goal. I love goals. I love to achieve my goals. And so if I don't hit my goal, I'm in the bedroom jogging in place till I hit my goal. We talked about decluttering. So really the bottom line is you just need to move more. Make sure that you're getting the most out of your non-exercise activity, your non-planned exercise activity. Make sure you're using NEAT to your advantage. Okay, so that's my little pep talk today. And I'm going to show you a pasta meal. Now, I've talked about vegetable-based pastas in the past and how high they are in protein. So I'm going to show you a meal. Now, this is just something that I would put together at night when I need a quick meal. We don't do a lot of pasta, and when we do pasta, it's usually a vegetable-based pasta. Although you can also get a pasta with protein put in there. Barilla has it. A couple other companies have it. But I like the chickpea pasta. I like this the most because it stays firm longer. This is a green lentil lasagna. I haven't made that yet. But then these are red lentils. There's black bean. There's a variety of them. And they have a lot of protein. So for instance, the chickpea one, which we're making today, has 11 grams of protein in each serving. So, and the red lentil has 15 grams of protein. Boy, that's a good one. 15 grams of protein. So I'm going to make my own sauce. Now, you can do whatever you want, but this is what I'm going to start with. I have some garlic. Not a lot, because as you know, I don't really like garlic, but everybody does, and this is an Italian meal. How can you not have garlic? So we have garlic. I have 1 green pepper diced. I have 1 medium onion diced. These are artichoke hearts, and I love these. I get them at Trader Joe's. They're frozen, so they're not already soaked in an oil, and you buy them frozen. So that's a cup of artichoke hearts. We're going to use a pound of this chickpea rotinis, and I have a can of diced tomatoes. So there's the garlic. We're going to add some oregano, basil, salt and pepper, and some olive oil to get started. So let me get started with a little olive oil in the pan. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this olive oil was on sale. It's always great because this is a extra virgin olive oil. It's cold pressed. And they had it on sale for like $4 off a bottle, so I bought a bunch of them. Because I do use a lot of olive oil. Let me get this going, and we'll start with sauteing, getting the garlic in there. Let's brown the garlic a little bit before we add anything else in. Woo! Definitely smelling that. Here we go. Okay, so one other thing, in my weight loss clinics that I used to run, I had a whole session on how to fit fitness in. So I have this document that has all these helpful hints on how you can fit fitness into your day and get a little bit more of that neat. And I will make this available on my website that you can download, okay? So while this is going, let me chat about this a little bit. While you're brushing your teeth, you could be doing lunges or squats. You're supposed to, as a dentist says, you're supposed to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. Now I have an electric toothbrush and it actually vibrates every minute so you know how long you've been brushing your teeth. So you could be doing 1 minute of lunges on one leg, another minute on the other leg, although that's a lot of lunges, or you could do 1 minute of squats and 1 minute of alternating lunges. Not bad, get those in. Another thing, you could do wall squats. So lean against the wall, come down into a squat while you're reading the newspaper, or even if you're reading on your phone, you could do that as well. You could do calf raises while you're waiting in line. We've done that. You could do bicep curls at the grocery store with a gallon of milk. All right, these are looking good. These are browning nicely. So now I'm going to add onions. Ooh, sounds good, doesn't it? And we're gonna let these onions, and I'll add the onions, and we'll do this for a little bit, and then we'll go with the peppers. Get them. These are a little bit softer. These take a little bit longer to soften up. I try not to use too much oil. You don't want it to be too oily. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Yeah, bicep curls with a gallon of milk while you're in the grocery store. Like that, walking around. Hamstring stretch while you're blow drying your hair. So if you have long hair and you blow dry it, you flip upside down, just go straight down. Try to keep your legs straight, and that'll give you a little hamstring stretch. Push-ups while you're cooking dinner. We've gone over that a lot. You can do them against the wall. You can do them against the kitchen counter. I actually did a whole episode on different ways to progress your push-up. So you can take a look at that on my website, fittingfitnessin.com. Standing leg kicks while you're on the phone. Kickbacks. Either you use a weight or you use a water bottle while you're helping the kids with their math. You're doing these while you're saying, okay, yeah, that's that new math. Can't help you with that. I certainly couldn't. I would have to learn math all over again. You can do back extensions on the bed before you're turning in by lying on your tummy and lifting one leg and one opposite arm and then the opposite. And that will help strengthen your back. That you can do on your bed. Cardio commercial breaks. When you're doing those cardio commercial breaks, you can do jumping jacks, step touches, ski jumps, which is side to side, marching in place, marching with a kick, get down and do floor push-ups, tricep dips on the chair. You're going like this. Those are nice. All right, this is getting a little cooked, so now I'm going to add the green pepper. Again, you can put whatever you want in this. This is just like a night when I'm like, okay, not sure what to make. I haven't planned it. What do I have in the fridge? I always have pasta. I always have the vegetable-based pasta. So, and yes, I can use a tomato sauce already, but I prefer to have the diced tomatoes and everything fresh because it just feels fresh. And this is really loaded with vegetables, so you get a little extra there. So let's let that cook down a little bit before I add the tomatoes and the artichoke hearts. Let's see, you can do dumbbell rotations on the floor, which is or even just rotations. You're leaning back, sitting on the floor, and you go from side to side. It's really good for those external obliques. And you can do any kind of crunches on the floor. Let's see, fitting in 2 exercises at once, because I really like adding 2 different exercises together so you get more bang for your buck. So you could do lunges with bicep curls, like that, or reverse lunges, back lunges with bicep curls. Whether you have weights or not, you can use water bottles. I do have weights in my family room where the TV is. Wall squats with shoulder presses. So while you're sitting doing a squat against the wall, you can do overhead shoulder press. Or lateral raise if going overhead is a problem. If you have rotator cuff issues, going overhead probably is not the best thing for you. You could do push-ups and then do a dumbbell row. So hold those weights in your hands. Push-ups from your toes, push-ups from your knees. Again, push-ups from your knees. Those are not girl push-ups. Those are called modified push-ups. Anybody can do them, and there's no shame in doing that. I actually do them because of my lower back, so don't worry about that. But you do a push-up and then you do a row. Push-up and then do a row. Leg kicks, whether they're inner and outer leg kicks, all of that. All of that could be part of your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Remember, it takes 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound. Oh my gosh, 3,500. All right, I'm going to add in the tomatoes now. So that's one of the larger cans of tomatoes. Look at, and it's so colorful too. You know me with color. I love to have color in my meals. Color, color, color everywhere. I don't know. Whenever I die, don't wear black to my funeral. I know that's bad. What are you saying, Holly? But the more color, the better. And I'm going to put in my artichoke hearts now. Just a few. They add up quite quickly. They're so big, but I love them. All right, so now we're going to see this cooking. Now we're going to add in some salt and pepper. Again, that's up to you how much you put in. I tend to go a little low on the salt. I love to do the grinding right away, so it's fresher. I'm going to put some basil in here. I like basil. And I'm going to put oregano, because it's Italian. Ooh, that's coming out fast. Ooh, love the smell of those. All right, so let's get this mixed in. So it's not really a soupy sauce, but it's more like a bunch of fresh vegetables put on top of your pasta. That's how I like my pasta sauce. Now, I have made sauce from scratch because you know we have a garden. I'm sure if you've watched any other episodes, you've seen some of my garden episodes. And so I'll make my own sauce, but that's a lot of tomatoes and a lot of work. And I am working full time, and so that's a little bit more challenge. So I prefer to just chop them up and put them in. These are skinned. These are from the can because our garden isn't, we haven't even started the garden yet. It's still too soon in New England here. But once we have that, then I'll use as much tomatoes as I can from the garden. All right, let's see, how is this? This is starting to boil. So we're going to use, let me just put the top on this and let that, there we go, and let that kind of simmer and cook a little bit. Now, when they give you directions, let me tell you, the directions is al dente perfection in 7 to 9 minutes. 7 minutes, my friends, 7 minutes. especially if you're doing the black bean or the lentils, because after that, it starts to become mush. So 7 minutes is very important that you put a timer on. I'm actually going to set one on my phone, on my wrist when we put this in, because I've had mushy pasta before and I don't want that. So let me put 7 minutes on here. Let's see, will this be good in 7 minutes? This will probably be good in 7 minutes as well. Are we ready? It's boiling. Let's put it in. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't cover my pasta pots anymore because I don't want them to boil over. Although I did see they have a screen here in the kitchen set, but I just mix them. I just keep it mixed, and there we go. All right, so I have my Fitbit that has a timer on it, so we're going to use that. 6:58. So what do you do maybe as for non-exercise activity thermogenesis? Do you go up and down your stairs? That's a really great exercise, actually. I did an episode on exercise snacks. I don't know if you've seen that episode, but it was really for people with diabetes, because really a 10-minute exercise snack or exercise activity can really help bring down your blood glucose levels. And so going up and down stairs is a great way of doing that. So even if it isn't 10 minutes, just go up and down your stairs, up and down, up and down, up and down. You'll get your heart rate going. You'll burn some calories. Remember, 3,500 calories you got to burn to lose 1 pound. And you know what? I would just do that 30-minute walk, because that 30-minute walk really adds up. 7 to 10 pounds. That's great. Or was it 7 to 20 pounds? I'll have to look at my notes. So that's worth it. All right. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I'm going to turn it down. Ooh, this smells really good, guys. And the color is great. Now, that's why I used green peppers. I mean, you could use yellow peppers, red peppers, but there's so much tomato in there, you don't want to use red. So I'm going to bring this down now and let that simmer while this cooks. All right, so this is 7 minutes. This is done. Let's pour this in the colander. Pour that in there. And this is our pasta. Not bad, huh? So let's serve it up. Wow. So portion control, lunch plate, dinner plate. I'm going to go for the lunch plate. Here, I'll fix a dinner plate for one of the crew, as I know they're ready to eat. I always make enough to feed the crew. And let's put this on. Yum. Look at all those color and flavor. Yes, that's delish. See, I don't need a lot of the pasta because you have a lot of the veggies. And that is a plant-based pasta and sauce. And here we have our pasta. This is a typical meal at my house. It's very easy to make, and it's high in protein and lots of veggies. So enjoy it. You can get this recipe. I'll put it up on my website, as well as the sheet on how do I fit fitness in, with all my Holly's helpful hints on fitting fitness into your day. And I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and look forward to having you join me next time on Get Healthy with Holly.